Hey traders, John Howell here. I want to share with you some things that I'm seeing when it comes to Bitcoin and also Ethereum that could be potential warning signs. If you're long Bitcoin right now, then there could be some potential warning signs. I'm going to walk you through maybe some short-term what you want to keep an eye out for, because if these short-term triggers trigger the market, trigger the market, then we might be getting ready for actually a topping movement right now and starting to see that bit of a deflationary period coming into Bitcoin. So, and also Ethereum as well too. So let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, let's get straight into it right now. I've been just doing some analysis when it comes to Bitcoin and also Ethereum, and the really interesting thing that I've been noticing when it comes to Bitcoin right now is I'm starting to notice a few things that are happening. What I'm seeing right now, we can see that we've actually been making higher lows and higher highs in the markets, right? So we had a high up here, we ran down, we made a higher low, we ran up, made a higher high, then we ran down, made a higher low. But look what happened here. Look what's happening through here. Something is different is happening right now. And what I mean by that is this. A very sort of strong bull market is a market where the market retraces these swings, retrace 50% or less, and then continue. That's a very strong, healthy bull market. So let me show you what I mean here. So if you're looking at, let me take this off the screen, and if you're looking at it from the swing, so this is a sort of like point A to point B. So if I bring up my Fibonacci tool, my Fibonacci retracements, and I go from point A and I bring it up to point B, which all I'm looking at, let me actually do that again. Let me take off, I don't want that one there. And 0.68. What do we get there? 0.32%. What do we got here? Oh, so we also got these ones. I'm just looking at the different numbers here. So we have that one there, the 38%, 22%. So we don't need the 22%. Which is the red one. We don't need that one. We need 50. So 38, 50, 60, the 60%, and plus we don't need this one right here. All right, cool. All right, so I'm just doing this on the spot. So the main ones we want to keep an eye out for are the 38 and the 50% retracement. Now remember what I said before, that when you're looking at a market and you're trying to gauge, okay, then the market's in an upward trend. Yes, and the trend is your friend to the end. Yes, but how strong is this trend? And it said that if the market retraces exactly what it did here, if the market retraces 50% or less and holds, like we did here, we rallied up. Look what happened. We came down and we came all the way down to 50%, bounced a few times, and then continue. When the market holds that 50% level, that's actually a very strong bull market, very strong bull market. It holds the 50%. Even if it comes back down a little bit more, that's still okay. But if we start to get below the 60% level, that's when the market's starting to lose its momentum. All right, so we have this swing up, swing down, and then suddenly now very strong momentum, right? 50% or less, and then guess what? And then we had another swing to the upside. So if I go from point A now, which is this is the low. So this is the low of the swing. And then if I bring this up through to here, as you can see, look what happened here. Once again, and again, I'm not making this is Fibonacci retracements where you can say, okay, are we in a strong bull market or are we not? So we went up, pulled back 50%. We had a rally up. We had a pullback. Look what happened there. Touched the 50% and then continued. Very, very, very strong, right? So in these swings, very strong. Very, very, very strong bull market. And then we had this rally back up again. But look what happened here. There's a few things here that it's just so much you can read just from the actual market itself, right? So firstly, let's have a look at this here. Firstly, the first step is that if the market comes up and retraces 50% here, 50% or less, It's said it's likely to continue, and it's actually a very strong bull market. Then the second scenario is when this now resistance here generally becomes support, and then the market does that. That's actually a very strong, healthy bull market. And as you can see, look what happened here, right? We had the resistance here, had the support there, very strong. Look at that, very strong, beautiful bull market. So we've got very nice bull market here. We've had that since the end of last year. But look what's been happening now on this point here. Firstly, let's go back to the Fibonacci levels. So go back from the Fibonacci swing. So we have the swing low. So we have a swing low from here, and then we have the swing high. So look what's happening right now. Firstly, we have a swing low, a swing high. We came down. We are around about the 50% level, or the 60% level, as you can see. So the 50 to 60%. But as you can see, it's starting to get just a little bit more deeper here on a little bit more deeper on the pullbacks. We did get the 62% level. So if the market doesn't hold this level here, if we start to roll over and break down, then it's probably going to start to cause a bit of a sort of a maybe a lower high, and then we could start to see a bit of a drop back to the downside. So the first scenario is that, but look what's also happening here. If I take off the Fibonacci level, look what happened here. So we can see we have this high point. Look what happened. We actually broke above the high, came back down. We found all this resistance here, and then now we're rallying back up. So the danger point here is this, is that the market looks, see how the market looks like it's starting to top out, meaning this one here, it ran up, came back down, ran up, came back down, support becomes resistance, look at it here, it just poked its head back above this previous high, and now we're having a pullback. So if I'm looking at that, and if I'm looking at the markets right now, I'm not saying we're definitely going to, guys, but the warning sign you want to keep an eye out for, especially if you're short-term trading Bitcoin, is this: if the market rallies up and rejects this resistance level and then starts to do something like that and then break down, well, now guess what? Now we're actually starting to what? We're creating a lower high. This will be the very first lower high in a long, long time. If that does happen over the next, say, couple of days, I'm not saying it's definitely going to, but if that does happen over the next couple of days, then we could start to see a rolling over. And if we do see that, then that could be a shoulder, a head, a shoulder. And from that, if we do a little projection tool, so we have sort of this point here to this point here. And then if I measure from the head, which is that point right there, so the head, and if I bring it down to the neckline, and then I extend it out from there to there, so from there to there, then we're probably likely to get down to, if we do hold that level, that is, guys. So if we do hold that level and we start to get that formation over the next couple of days, then we're probably likely to start to get down to there somewhere, I would say. Maybe even a bit higher. We may even see a short-term drop back down to around the 40,000 level. So as you can see, that's what's happening. Now, the interesting thing is, if I look at my indicators, look what the indicators have also been doing as well, which is my RSI. Notice this here. Notice how that as the market's been going up and up and up, look what's been happening here. We're starting to get these lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. We're starting to get this relative strength indicates at the RSI. We're starting to get weakness. We're starting to get a bit of weakness coming into it. Now look what's happening also here. Notice how we got a support level here, a support level here, and a support level here on the RSI. And the RSI has just picked up through there, which is this point right here. So if the market rolls over and starts to break this level here, not only are we getting a head and shoulder formation rounding top, but we're also getting this weakness here, and then we'll probably break that support level, and then we're probably likely to see a sharp drop down coming into Bitcoin. So there was a lot of stuff that I actually went through there when it comes to that. And guys, when it comes to this weakness of the RSI, the market starts to do things like this just to give us a bit of a warning sign. If you have a look at Tesla, right? Tesla's a really good example. I was watching this with Tesla. I'm like, oh, I don't know about this. I think Tesla's starting to get a bit weak here. Look what happened with Tesla. Notice how Tesla actually ran up and then started going sideways. But what happened through this sideways period? Notice how the market this RSI started to head down as this started going sideways. Then what happened? Then we broke this support level, which is right there. Once we broke that support level there, guess what? Then we started the free fall. So it's not a guaranteed, but it gives you a bit of a warning sign, just like Bitcoin's doing. And if I bring up Ethereum, then you can see Ethereum is also doing the exact same sort of thing as well too, which means the market. I actually did a video. If you guys have been watching me now for the last few months, I did a video probably just in the middle of February, and I said we've actually broken this support line. So it looks like the top may be in for a while, or we're starting to get a bit of weakness here. And so as you can see, this is starting to get a bit choppy here. We're starting to get into a bit of a triangle pattern where the market's actually making these lower highs now, and we're also still making these higher lows. So the danger for Ethereum is once again that you can see how the market's been rallying up. But look at this RSI. We're starting to get a lot of weakness here, just like Tesla did. And then we also have these sort of support levels here. So if we do, guys, I'm not saying we're definitely going to, because no one knows what's going to happen, but if we do start to see something like this, and then we start to roll over, we're going to get a lower high, and if we break these lows, especially if we break those lows around 1600, if we get something like that pattern, the RSI is probably going to do that, and we're probably going to start to see something like that, probably a big drop down. I would say probably around about 1,000 on Ethereum. We're probably likely to see on that. So there's a lot of weakness indicators in there. Again, guys, I'm not saying this is definitely going to happen, but if we see these scenarios play out, then that's the trigger, the warning trigger for a pretty sharp sell-off in the cryptocurrency. So guys, I hope this helps you out. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, all that sort of stuff. And also, guys, make sure you grab that. I've got a $7 flash sale right now. If you need help with your foundations, or you need help, say, if you like this sort of stuff when it comes to your chart reading strategies, then make sure you head on down there. I've got some good trading systems in there, mindset sort of stuff, the trade management, and all that sort of stuff. So if you really enjoyed this sort of video, then make sure you head on down to johnsflashstyle.com, or there should be a link in the description to grab that $7 trading course. So I'm only running it for a short period of time, and then it's gone back up to normal price just to help you guys out. All right, guys, see you in the next video.